Welcome to the Golden Nuggets.
This podcast is brought to you by Reka Studio. If you are struggling with creating content because you have no time, you don't know how to, and you are lacking of ideas, this is for you. For just $1, here's how Reka Studio can create 8 reels for you for 1 whole month. And the best part is, it'll only take 3 hours of your time. First, the Reka team researches your industry and creates a custom content guide, including everything from the best SEO keywords, top videos in your niche, and the best topics for you to speak on to connect with your audience. Secondly, we have a recording process that allows us to record high quality videos that looks professional, and it'll only take minutes to set up. Thirdly, our team handles all the editing, so each video holds your audience attention while still being authentic. Fourth, our team will schedule the post to your selected platforms on autopilot. And the best part is, all this for just $1 to get you started. We can only slot in 5 more clients, so visit tgnpodcast.com/Reka to find out more. Terms and conditions apply. Nuggets, back to the episode.
Welcome back to another episode of the Golden Nuggets podcast. This is part 3 and we are still with Diplomat Collective. Ami, you want to continue from their depression segment?
Yeah, so you guys were talking about how you guys manage your team members who are also having such issues. Can you share with our listeners, how do you actually do that?
I mean, to put it in a nutshell, on a business perspective, it's like HR lah.
Okay.
Yeah, but then I think the level of HR too is more close-knitted because you have to understand that our collective is small, right? I would say actively 4 members. So definitely the bigger group is not something that I'll not say that we tak indahkan or we don't really care, but that means the higher priority will fall in the more of the internal team lah. So internal team in terms of like that team setting, like you know how we play like football and all that, like you have to understand their family background, you have to understand like what makes them tick on a personal level. However, everything when it brought to the plate, when you bring to the plate of Diplomat, definitely you don't bring the personal in lah. As long as you have a perspective and understanding of the background of our team member, so at least we know we have a level of empathy when we approach things or when we need to talk certain things. As long as we have that foundation set, I think when it comes to communication, it is our utmost important that we have to communicate as close as we can lah. Yeah, and make sure we don't leave stone unturned. So for example, let's say I meet a client, person A. Okay, let's put another scenario. Like for example, the client is supposed to talk to RI, but then because I'm with her, suddenly the client like more inclined to talk to me. You know. So I cannot be
Do I
like
feel offended? No.
Yeah. So that's one.
Yeah.
Second, I cannot keep the information. I have to share with her.
Yeah.
Like say that, maybe the client feels like it's more comfortable with me. Like, but then this is what is being translated. So you take note lah. So let's keep. So we have to have that internal understanding that regardless, the channel has to still be with the client. Alright. But if he feels comfortable to talk something privately with me, it's fine. But I still need to relate to her.
Yeah.
To make sure that all of us are in the same page. Yeah, and we also need to be able to counter the client lah. Like we have to also show that level. Like just because you talk to me secret, I never tell her.
No,
She
because
know.
certain information, it becomes like your essence of selfishness start to kick in because the client say to you something, it's like, hey, actually, I want you to draw, I want you to draw. I like your style better. Then it will be his responsibility to decide whether does he want to take over and tell me that, hey, actually, I take over the artwork.
Yeah.
But then he has to understand the delivery is something that maybe I can do better,
Yeah.
or we go by the original channel to respect the motion.
Yeah.
So this is how we communicate. And then he will tell me, he said, hey, this guy actually, like, you know what he tell me or not? Then he will say. Then I was like, okay, and I don't see the solution here. What is supposed to happen? The design is already out, right?
Yeah.
So do I just finish the draft and then you pin, or what is it? Because at the end of the day, we talk about the money later.
Yeah.
Now the delivery has to happen, right? Can you finish within this time? Oh, never mind, I help you. Okay, never mind. Let me tell you my process first. If you paint with me, you in my way. I tell him straight up, like
You have to be upfront.
I tell him like,
Yeah.
you in my way. If I want to turn the canvas, it's a 1.6 meter canvas by 1.6, so it's a big square.
Yeah.
If he's painting one side, I'm painting one side, right?
Oh,
And I
ni
want
specific
to turn.
sangat lah. Kalau orang tahu ni klien, weh.
And I want to turn, right? Then he's in my way. So I have to tell him like my concerns. Like what
Not
he say.
involved.
Like what Rai say about me having my specific way of doing things,
Yeah.
right? I already have it mapped in my brain how much I need to do each day in order to finish this. If anyone is in my way, I'll just tell them like, no, get out. Like serious, get out of my space, man. Like leave me be. I let you do something else. So they help me with the other portion of painting, which is the customizing of the another slew of items.
Yeah.
Then we do content for both. So actually the whole team is moving. I don't care who talks to who has
Just need to be upfront lah. At the end of the day, it's like there's no hiding. You know, it's easier that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think internally, if it's very transparent, like it's very hard for external forces to affect us.
True.
You know, and we've faced plenty of clients before, and we can understand. We have to empathize also. Our clients, we cannot control them.
Yeah.
Yeah, how they communicate with us also is something that we cannot control. Like we open a channel where everybody's on board because we thought like once the information is disseminated by the client, all of us will understand.
Yeah.
But then sometimes the client say, why you have so many people? Like I think I reached you, then you become a channel. Then I'm like, ayah susah lah. Now I become the messenger. Why do I become? I want to work on your project, not become messenger. No.
Yeah.
But then like, okay, never mind. Like we understand. You know? Then we have to deal with that lah. Like, but then at the end of the day, I guess the most important thing is we manage the client's expectation, and we also manage to deliver on par with what they require or even better. So that's the most important thing.
So he's the hype man, right? At first it was supposed to be just me. I told him, you keep quiet, you just come with me. I need you to hype the client.
Okay.
So he came, then he did his job, he did his thing. Then that's how the client gravitate more to him lah. Because he can.
Okay, some people have
aku nak
better
keep the
people
things-
skills lah.
Yeah.
So
I know I don't have. I very transparent, very straight to the point,
Yeah.
and he might not like appeal to me so much because he might just want to be bro. So I let him be the bro lah.
okay.
I think this is a very good golden nugget, especially for the audience, the listeners, the watchers. That if there's something that you don't have, right, you cannot do, then you leverage on your partners or others, right? Right. So yeah, I think that's definitely something that you guys should take note of.
Important client sign contract, man.
No, I guess this one to really add on to that golden nugget, like we have to understand, like in terms of context of this podcast, it's definitely for small, medium enterprise, like small businesses. So when you're a small setup, definitely the team is more like a specialist team lah.
Yes.
Like macam commandos lah kan.
Yeah.
So definitely everybody's got a specific role, specific setup, specific talent. Now, how do you mold your team and sync them such that you work like in tandem?
Yes.
That is the ultimate goal, that you will need to work together as a collective or as a team. The moment you are able to do that seamlessly and have like that one time of sharing of ideas, and then like, okay, I know what he wants, I know what she wants, let's do this, pam. Yeah, then that's where you know that you already reach a level where you can elevate the company. You can actually go to the next level of heights in terms of delivery. Yeah.
So talking about elevating our company, so here comes the conundrum, like how to expand small medium enterprise.
Yes, that's right.
Like to actually get another team or to outsource certain things. Yeah. So these are the things, the discussions that we actually have at this stage. This is the stage where we think, okay, how kita nak expand? Kalau kita do this way, would you be happy with the outcome? If we outsource, would you be happy with the outcome? So certain things are up for consideration as we move to the next stage. So those are the things that are the important parts of how you want to move forward lah.
Yeah. In terms of pivoting as well, because when we look at it, right, when we first started off, we were just a collective for fun.
Yeah.
But then we cannot use that same formula to run now. It has to evolve. It has to change. It has to be something that we need to rediscuss, re-look into it, edit, and then put it together and say, okay, if this is the blueprint or the motion that we want to go for, we try. Then as we go along, we try. We have to revise back, look back, and then say, oh, maybe this needs to change, this needs to tweak. Yeah, the more flexible or malleable you are in terms of like how you maneuver, I think the better that you will be as a business. Yeah.
Correct.
In terms of innovation, when you talk about innovation, people think like mindset innovation is like, oh, technology. It's not. It's actually how flexible in you like setting your business plan, your business goal to edit. Because as you can see, the atmosphere, the environment that we are working is ever changing.
Yes.
You see, right now we talk about Gen Z's mindset in terms of marketing has now changed.
Yes.
Yeah, we cannot stick to our old guns. We cannot stick to the old plan and use the same thing.
Yes.
You will drown. You will see a lot of businesses unable to adapt. So that adaptability, that skill set is something that the team has to work together. Yeah, it's not something like, oh, one person and then like enforce. When you enforce something, I think like naturally people don't want like we straight up say if you like school hard on a person, the person won't listen. Right? You see, imagine you go to a school, the teacher like teach you, you be like, ni cikgu apa saya?
Personal experience.
Rebel to a core.
So your core group is 5 of you, and you guys have other
four of us.
Four of you.
Yeah.
And you guys also have other artists within the collective.
Yeah.
Are these artists like freelance, or how do you actually eventually onboard them?
Okay, so usually when I have a bigger project that the 4 of us, we can't handle, right? Then we will announce it to the group, to the bigger group.
Okay.
And we say that, guys, I need this done. Who's down? Then it was like, okay, I'm down. Okay, this is what I need from you guys. Because they have full-time jobs. So I do not want to disturb them with the commitment that we have right now. Let
So
them do their
just
own
to
thing.
touch on what she said, right? So there's 2 things that usually we need. One is manpower. The other one is expertise.
Yes.
So some things that are not our expertise. Let's say we need a 3D moving object or whatnot. Yeah. So we have members who have this expertise, and then that's where they come in.
So that's where I
Okay.
reach out. I was like, Shamil, so Mel, I need this 3D brain done. You free? Then he said, oh, not this week, maybe next week. So when he delivered it to me, I was like, okay, baik. This one cool. Is it done? If not, I want to go for printing already. Then I'll ask him like, hey, come down studio lah. Like we print the brain out. Then probably like we want to do like a little bit more with this movement. Then I share with him a lot also. He also like don't understand. But never mind. It's like you come down first. Come down first. So with the rest of the members also, they have their own feel. And when it is too much for us to handle, yes, I will delegate out. I'll ask them for their availability. Then if they say that, so okay, I'm only available at this time. Okay, I will give you this portion of work that I just need from you. Then I offer him like a staple price. So, are you okay with it? It's like okay. Then we will just move from there.
Because I think when you look at it also like in terms of the level of commitment also they are very upfront. So they will tell you like, oh, I cannot commit. So it's easier for us to decide on whether we should like work within the team or we get someone external. We, I mean, apart from Diplomat, our core team and our team, we also have friends outside who we know that we can work with. So it's really just about like pulling resources together lah.
I see.
Yeah.
At the same time, right, they give their views on whether a certain campaign can be done within a certain time frame. So let's say, for example, let's say a person A knows exactly like how long it might take for a project, like a big project. So that what that project encompasses, like okay, we need A, we need B, we need C. Are we able to do within that point of like 3 months? And then if person A says like no, actually it's not possible. But if you go back to the customer or the client, and then you tell them like, okay, maybe we do away with this, then it can be done. So these views or like expertise, right? Like they really give they really add like onto the experience of whether we can do certain things, what we can do, the variety of the work that we can do. So
It provides a value added services to the client, because you know, as we are creative when we come in, right? Yeah, we provide the solution. I want a mural, but then as you dig deep, you talk to them. You know, for me, I always like to chill with the client, talk to them. Then suddenly you say like, hey, actually it's not just a mural they want. They want something else, and then it's something else that we can do. And you say, oh, actually, yeah, we can do that also. Like probably we can actually include that into this package and stuff like that. See how we can work. You know, like the art of negotiation is really key here in terms of communicating. At the end of the day, like if you can see, I think just to share, like when you want to start off as an artist, the skill set of you as an artist is literally 30%. The 70% is marketing, negotiation, networking, talking to the people, putting yourself out of social media. That part. Most of the time, successful artists, if you see, always delegate. Like we always see like, oh, this artist like very good, but then actually behind he has like a social media team. He has another team member that does the graphic design for him, or like he can outsource. Like he learns how to delegate. So, like another nugget probably to share is really to learn the art of delegating. Yeah,
I think this is very key for any businesses.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. How much do you guys charge when you guys do for example, a mural?
example,
Let's say
per square meter 600
per square meter.
baseline.
I think to put it into an example, 3 meter by 2 meter, about 3K.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's always our ballpark that we always share.
Is this like I mean, how do you formulate this pricing?
okay, it might differ. To be honest, it might differ from collective to collective lah. Maybe someone else might be charging something, but you must understand that it's not just like how much we want to profit of it. It really is down to operation costs, logistics of it, how much time it's gonna take to do something like that. How long is the concept gonna be like done
To be ideated.
correct.
And how
All the
difficult
ideation and that.
to execute.
Correct.
Yeah. So we always say like the baseline is 600, right? But then if the design is like susah nak mampus lah. If I draw,
Or dia tak boleh buat lah.
no, not say cannot do. He will bitch about it lah. Say,
Or no, or he will do and then you will come back to him like,
it's like, hey, I finished this part already.
belum
You
habis,
still doing that portion? It's like, alright, don't talk to me now. It's damn difficult. This part is damn small. It's like, hey, faster lah. I want to go home.
okay, but in terms of artwork, because I've done with her on the cruise, we do very fast actually. Yeah, because her skills as a fine artist, it's an array of skills lah. So macam kalau you want her to do a certain style, she can do it.
Okay.
For Bal, this is for a perspective of someone who just joined. Yeah. So for Bal, dia punya creative mind is the one. You know, the ideas, like how to find a solution for something that client wants. So client might want just A, tapi if you can add that value added service, like what he said just now, like you can add a B, and then the A and B goes together, client will be very happy. And you know what? You might charge a bit higher, but it's okay because client macam, okay, I see where it's going. You know, and I think it will work very well. Yeah, so macam all these things actually complement like Diplomat as a whole lah. So it's a really good thing to have like these different expertise from people, and then you put it together, and then you can like push forward with all the crazy ideas that we have. Yeah.
So I mean like business wise, we're not just operating for murals.
Yeah.
We do events. We do points of engagement. We do activations.
I think you also mentioned workshops, right?
We do workshops. So the workshops is pretty much very little. We don't really focus too much of it, but you know, we are planning to go into the education sector.
But how did the workshop thing come about?
The workshop thing was actually, we were just doing it for fun.
Yeah.
Then because we had free walls, right?
Okay.
We were thinking like,
doing it at
hey,
Epicenter.
since got free wall, come on, let's earn some money.
And banyak tau the wall. Like if you think there's one wall, no, there's another wall behind, and there's another wall there.
Like you
there's
think
another wall
an
there.
abandoned shopping center, all those walls. Yeah. Like
You imagine one hallway it's like 30 meters.
Yeah.
I can house 20 people,
Yeah.
no problem.
Yeah.
But 20 people, 3 of us trying to teach, hell lah. But then let's go ah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It can be done.
Can be done ah. But then so we saw an array of really so much opportunity when we look left, right, center. Right, it's just about asking the right questions and whether you are down to do it or not.
Yeah.
I know it's a lot of work, but if let's say he pitched to me, it's like, want to paste sticker around Peace Center or not? Then I asked him like, for what? For fun lah. Do we have any? I said, have. Let's go. So I don't really overthink too much on some of the crazy things or the antics that we want to do, right? We go and pay for a cutout of our exhibition stencil, right? And we just spray all over the glass lah, the floor lah. I wanted to spray more, but then we didn't have much time. Then we thought of like, how else can we make this like crazy? And then we were thinking, just do content lah. Do content, then after that, we just talk to people around. Then it's just about like split-second decisions, really intrusive thoughts that is fun because it's just content, harmless content. Then we can make it work and not really think too much about how will this affect the brand. Like you want to be such a stickler and such a purist about it, right?
Yeah.
I tell you, you will be stuck in that bubble for a very, very long time. How can you communicate with the rest of your potential audience that way? Because not all your audience like spray painting. Not all your audience like.
In addition to what she said kan, macam it's not just all those things that she's just said. It's also including macam experimentation, macam market research. You know that we had to price, macam kita price tinggi, then kita price lower, and then we have to see where macam the price in terms of price point, macam who is willing to take up that challenge to do the workshop.
Sometimes we will have to stand by the price. Like we don't have to lower, we have to try. And then like we it's like setting a parameters lah. So when it comes to certain things, it's like either price, execution, logistic. So when you want to keep something constant, then the rest has to be variables. Yeah, so you have to play around with that lah, especially when you have to run your business lah. For example, like why people are not being attracted to my services.
Yeah.
Then you have to look at it lah. But then sometimes when you look at it, you know the answer. But then if you're adamant on keeping certain things, then you have to be ready to face the consequences of sorts lah. Yeah. I mean, consequences is a very harsh word, but that's what it is lah. You have to face the music by the decisions that you make lah. Like for us, we work as a collective, so I guess, I mean, the impact is high for sure, but because we are always motivating each other, so that kind of dampens the pain at times. Yeah, but then when we know that it's a wrong move, then we cannot be like depressed and then sit on our laurels lah. We have to like, it's time to pivot, time to that one. Like we have to be quick to do the turnaround. Yeah.
So going back to our services, when we say that we do all these other points of engagements, right?
Yeah.
I think we have members who are working in agencies right now who are always pricing projects and they know what the baseline is. So that's where we get them in. Example, when we did a project with McDonald's for National Day last year, is it?
No, 2 years ago.
2 years ago. So the cost went up all the way to 36K for 1 day.
Okay.
1 day engagement. But because there was 12 of us and I need to fit everyone, right?
Yep.
So I say, you want this many artists, right? This is how much each person costs.
Each person.
Aku tendang
Cute-nya each person.
Expression.
Okay, so then we talk about the hours. Then it adds on to that, right? Then we talk about the equipment that we're using and whether logistically do we need PowerPoints. So if never provide PowerPoints, how can we move? So it's up to us and based on our experience to really be prepared. So we bought like 50-meter cables, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then we bought like different what do you call that? Different plugs to make sure that all my members
Like the-
have their iPad charged.
Like the touch points lah. When you hire a team, it's not just taking care of the client already. You have to take care of the team.
Yeah.
You know, because if you keep the team at optimum, then that's where you can deliver.
Correct.
Yeah, so all that has to come into play, especially when you're working, you know. But if you're a solo artist going in, you just have to make sure that you're comfortable. You know, you're going in with a open mind, a clear conscience. I mean, you see, this is where sometimes it's very conflicted when you just decide, and then after that you regret you know, why like that? Then you put that pressure on your shoulders, which to me I find that you shouldn't be doing that. You know, you should really be able to like dust it off and say, okay, it's something that I learned. Make sure that when I do the next one, I do not make the same mistake again or make it even better. Yeah, so that is that mindset that you have to go in and not like harp on that regret all the time and say, oh, you know, feel so like, oh, I cannot do that work. When you do that, you are actually you are actually festering something negative inside you. We have to understand, like, when it comes to business, when it comes to dealing with things, right, it's really about motivation and positivity.
Yes.
And this is something that you need to radiate not only within ourselves but to other people as well.
Correct.
Yeah, and we have to build this positivity. That's why, to me, sometimes like social media, unfortunately, has its toxic side.
Yeah.
Which where people, all these naysayers, the haters and all that. So how do you reverse psychology that to make it be your fuel rather than your bane?
Yes.
Yeah, that is the question that you have to ask. Like, how can that criticism be maybe constructive criticism?
Yeah.
You have to look through the cracks. You have to look, and sometimes, like, of course our internal banter, apa ni berbual, you know, then all the expletive come out. But then I will always like put it in context, like, is this something that we are missing? But then, like, if the team say, jangan indahkan lah, maybe it's not something that's okay, you know. But if there's a learning point from there, even within that noise, like, we have to take in, we have to accept that, you know, and then try to pivot lah, try to improve and be better.
I see. Okay. I think for this last part, share with our listeners what services Diplomat offers, and also where to find you guys.
Okay. So you can find us on our Instagram, DPLMT_. Yeah, you can also find on TikTok, DPLMT_. So our services, primarily we do mural art. We also work with brands, commission work for your businesses, for your restaurants. If you want us to even work on how to actually make your event better, inclusive of the mural, is something that we can do as well, because we are also creatives on our side. We can also try to enhance, like, in terms of, like, let's say for example, like doing like a launch, and then you want to do some t-shirt personalization. Yeah, so things like that is something up our alley. We also run our workshop. So currently we are having a workshop for the June holidays on Saturdays and Sundays all the way till the 23rd of June. The location will be at the Goodman Art Center, which is where our studio is at. So you can find that on our link on our Instagram. Other things that we are working on, we are definitely working on curating a few more exhibitions, definitely a few more walls. So if you guys are really into painting, other than painting, we also do rug making. Arai does rugs.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have a tufting frame in our studio, and she's usually like poking that thing like nobody's business most of the time with yarn.
I think it's the most socially acceptable way of stabbing.
Wow.
Yeah. And we are also doing a lot of experimental stuff, like we do illustrations on skate decks. We do custom on we upcycle our spray cans. So like we don't throw our spray cans, we actually paint on them, put our artwork on it, and hopefully you guys would like to have that as your collectible at your home. So things like that, yeah, we actually do that. And yeah, graphic design.
All right. And with that, I want to thank the Diplomat Collective for being here and sharing with us plenty of golden nuggets, and likewise to all the viewers. I hope you guys are able to extract all the different golden nuggets that they've actually shared from part 1 all the way to part 3. And one takeaway that I have, just to make it more philosophical, based on what Arai has already mentioned, overthinking is the enemy of your creative freedom. Right?
That's right.
Right. And that being said, thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
very much.
Right. Thanks for having us, gang.